What is up guys? Today we are in Phuket, Thailand to sample the all-new Ford Ranger. That's right, this is a moment that I think a lot of people have been waiting for because the Ranger has been refreshed way too many times, but this time it is bigger, better, and a lot nicer than ever before, I think. I personally really like it. So let me walk you through what is nice and then we'll go for an on-road and off-road driving experience to tell you exactly what to expect. So let's go. So what we have here today is the current range topper. This is the 2-litre bi-turbo variant. So yes, it is still the same engine from before, but we'll touch on the engine aspects a little later. Right now, on the design front, you can see that it's a lot more muscular. The headlights are super gorgeous. If you ask me, the LEDs go this way around like a C-shaped thingy, so it's really beautiful. It also features matrix LED headlights for the first time on a pickup truck. This is cutting edge stuff. And the bumper is a little bit bolder. The bonnet line is a little bit thicker, and you can see this chunk of metal, how it folds over. I think that is really neat. Under there you have LED fog lights, and if you can see from the side, the wheels are pushed a little bit more forward, so you've got a slightly longer wheelbase and a shorter front overhang. So this helps increase the approach angle for those of you who like to go off-roading. And if you take a look from this angle, you can see that the front fenders are a little bit more swollen. So it looks really good, like more muscular. It's not slab-sided like a lot of pickup truck, and I think this adds a little bit more character. And the same is done for the rear fender as well. So there's a little bit of a bulge, and I really dig that. Keyless entry for both the front doors, none on the back. And then you have this side step, which is really all muddied up. And over to the back, oh, this is my favorite feature. This is a rear box step. This is so you can step on it a little bit lower. It's structural, so it's bolted onto the frame. And you don't have to worry about it collapsing on itself, and it's the similar texture as the side step. So you don't really have to step on the tires anymore. You just step on this and it's big enough to fit both your feet with your boots in. I think that's really smart. Over to the back, you have very distinctive LED taillights, really gorgeous stuff. And for the first time, you have your integrated third brake light here as opposed to having it there on the older model. For rear features, it still has this assisted tailgate thingy, so you can still close it with one finger. It's got this red highlighted wire as well as the assistance system here. But besides that, I really like the bed because it looks, it's wider now. You can fit a full-size pallet. There are also power sockets down the left. You have one 12-volt socket here. Oh, there we go. It's got gasket sealing over here, so moisture won't get in. And over to the side here, you have a 230-volt/400-watt socket to power stuff like your laptop and whatever you want actually. Inside, I think the Ranger's cabin feels unconventionally fancy for a pickup truck, mostly because of the 12-inch touchscreen display in the middle. It runs on Ford's latest Sync 4A operating system, which supports wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, as well as wireless over-the-air updates. Lesser variants with a smaller 10-inch display also get wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, so that's actually pretty insane if you ask me. The user interface is uncluttered and pretty easy to get used to, and you also get to use either the bottom section of the display or the physical buttons below it for your dual-zone climate control. Standard across the range is this 8-inch digital instrumentation. It's not the most graphically impressive unit on the market, but it's still mighty fancy for a pickup truck and highly legible as well. I also love the fact that the redesigned seats offer better bolster and thigh support, while other goodies include USB charging ports, Qi wireless charging tray, and rear air vents for the first time. In terms of performance, the Wildtrak runs on the same 2-litre 4-cylinder turbo diesel engine as before, but is now upgraded with better gaskets to prevent oil leaks. It makes 210 PS and 500 Nm of torque, so that's 3 PS down from before, but the new Ranger feels more responsive now thanks to the reworked 10-speed gearbox with tighter gear ratios. Off-the-line acceleration is brisk, gear shifts are smoother, and the engine seems to be more refined and quieter than before as well. The new twin-tube dampers and wider track width improve comfort levels and high-speed stability, so you can lean into corners more confidently this time around. Okay, now we're gonna go drive off-road, try out all the drive modes that we have here. And I have an instructor next to me to make sure that I don't fool around and know exactly what I'm getting myself into. It just rained, which means the off-road terrain is going to be extremely difficult. So let's go. Walk in the park. Let's try the slippery mode now in 4 high. Doing some dirt driving with road tires here. Not off-road, not dual purpose, pure road tires. I think what makes driving the Ranger easy in off-road mode is it has this 360-degree camera. So there's this off-road mode where it lets you see forwards, even though because the bonnet is so high up, sometimes you can't really see what you're driving over or about to approach. And so having that front camera show you the way forward, and it has this tire tracking mode as well, so it's quite handy for off-roading. It's nice to have actually. One thing Ford did with this latest generation Ranger is that they push forward the front wheel, so the wheelbase is slightly longer, and pushing the front wheels forwards by 50 millimeters allows for better approach angle. I believe it's 30 now, up from 28 point something. It also has a slightly shorter overhang, which also lends to its better approach angle. The wheels are also now 50 millimeters wider front and back, so that allows for better wheel articulation, and it's easier to drive off-road now if you're that kind of guy. It's really slippery, but can you hear the traction control working? Yeah, it was pouring for the past few days, so the off-road mode is a little bit, it's got its work cut out for it. But as you can see, nothing the Ranger can't handle. Okay, so I've driven the all-new Ranger for about 2 hours now, mixture of on-road and off-road driving. We spent the better part of our day actually doing more off-road driving. So I guess to summarize, the short of it is that the Ranger is literally better in every way, in every respect compared to the previous Ranger. And I think the time Ford took to develop this Ranger really shows, because I feel like the on-road driving is quieter. It has a little bit more car-like ride quality to it. The suspension tuning is a little bit more refined than before, and really in every respect it's just an upgrade from before. It's quieter also, there's less tire roar, but that again might have to do with the slightly better road quality that we have here. But in all respects, I really think it is a big upgrade from before. The cabin is a really nice place to be in. The seats are a little bit more better contoured, so your lumbar support is a little bit better. The seat design looks pretty neat, but overall I think the way it looks, the cabin, the tech you get, and come on guys, level 2 semi-autonomous driving, I think this is at long last the upgrade that Ranger owners have been looking for. I think this is well worth the wait. You've got a lot to look forward to, and based on my very short experience here in Thailand, the Ranger is back at the top, right at the top of the pile now in terms of the pickup truck selection that you can get, both in terms of performance, kit, and perhaps the way it looks. If you agree with me, leave your thoughts in the comment section below, and I guess this is the end of the road for me. Thank you guys so much for watching and for supporting me and for following me. I guess I'll see you guys around. Bye bye.